Okay, so today let's do speaking practice. Mr. Hưng is doing his practice on reading passage 2, test 2 of Cam 18, Living with Artificial Intelligence. Let's do this one now.
Living with artificial intelligence.
Artificial nha ông bà.
Artificial.
Intelligence.
Living with
Artificial intelligence.
artificial intelligence. Living with artificial intelligence. Powerful artificial intelligence AI
AI needs
needs
to be
to be
reliably aligned.
reliable,
Reliably aligned. Because the verb is rely, động từ là rely mà. Cho nên reliable and reliably
reliably,
needs to be reliably aligned with human values. Human values.
needs to be reliably aligned with human values. But
Does this mean? Does
it
this mean?
mean?
Does this mean?
But does it means?
Does
But does
this
it
mean AI will eventually have to police those values? Động từ to police nha.
police to
Does
police?
this mean
But
AI
does
will
this mean
this that
AI
these those them then
this?
this
But
that
does
these
it?
those them then the
But does it
does
this
this
this this?
but
But
does
does
this
this
mean
mean AI will eventually have to police
those
those
values
values? But does this mean AI will
eventually
eventually have to police
those
those
values
those values? Powerful
artificial
artificial powerful artificial intelligence AI needs to be reliably aligned with human values. But
does
does
this
this
mean
mean AI will eventually
eventually
AI will eventually have to police those values.
those
Value,
human those values?
the values.
Okay, this has been the decade of AI with one astonishing feat after another. Astonishing feat after another. A chess playing AI that can defeat not only all human chess players, but also all previous human programmed chess machines. Okay, let's do this one now. This has been the decade of AI.
This had been the decade of AI with one
Astonishing feat
astonishing feat
after
after
another.
another. A chess playing AI that can defeat not
Not
only
only all human
all
chess
human
players.
chess players, but also all previous human program chess
What?
machines.
But also all previous human program chess machines.
But also all previous human program chess machines.
Chess
Chess
machines. Chess
machine.
machines.
Chess machine. Chess
Chess
machine.
machines.
Chess machines. But also all previous
Or
human
previous. Or previous.
period, but also
Previous
all previous human program chess
machines.
chess machines.
After learning the game in just 4
A-
hours,
After learning the game in just 4 hours, that yesterday's news
What's
was
next?
mad.
What's next?
What
Next.
What next?
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
Mhm.
Through this prodigal.
Sorry. Through this prodigious. You know the word prodigy. You know prodigy. We have the word prodigy. Yeah.
Prodigy.
Thiên tài. á. Prodigy or prodigy. Thiên tài. Someone with very great ability and usually show itself when a person is a young child. Thiên tài từ còn bé.
Oh, yeah.
Like a chess prodigy, a sport prodigy, math prodigy, something like that. Thiên tài về toán học, cờ vua, vân vân, something like that. Thể thao, vân vân. Prodigy. So this one is prodigious.
Yeah, prodigies.
Oh, we don't have this one, I think. There is one. Prodigious.
Prodigious. Prodigious.
Prodigious.
Prodigious.
There's that. Yeah. Prodigious.
Yeah,
Prodigious. Prodigious.
This is an adjective of prodigy. Yes. These prodigious accomplishments.
To this prodigious
Accomplish. Động từ nó là accomplish.
accomplishment.
Cho nên là accomplishments.
This
Accomplishments
prodigious accomplishment
are all in so-called narrow AI.
are all in so-called narrow AI,
Where machines perform highly specialized tasks.
Where machines perform highly specialized tasks, but many experts believe that
this restriction is very temporary.
Restriction
is very temporary.
Temporary.
Hai âm xoa là temporary. Nó là hai âm xoa nè. Temporary.
Temporary.
Hoặc là temporary luôn á, nó từng tiến hóa đến mức đó luôn á. Temporary hoặc là temporary. Yeah. It's temporary.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's that? By mid-century,
we may have
artificial general intelligence.
We may have artificial general intelligence, AGI.
AGI, there's it.
AGI. Artificial general intelligence.
Intelligence.
Artificial general intelligence. AGI.
Machines that can achieve.
Machines that can achieve human level perform. That can achieve human level perform on the full range. Performance on the full range
of tasks. On a full range of tasks.
On the full range of tasks that we ourselves can tackle.
Okay, let's try again. This has been the decade of AI.
This had been the decade of AI with one astonishing,
Astonishing. Những âm hai. Astonish. Astonish. Astonish.
astonishing,
Astonish.
one astonishing,
Astonish. Astonish.
astonishing,
Sửng sốt, làm cho sửng sốt. Âm đầu tiên là âm nha, âm xoa nha. Astonish.
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 astonishing,
Astonish.
astonish,
Astonish.
astonish,
Astonish.
astonish,
Cho nên là one
astonishing,
astonishing feat after another.
with one
Astonishing
astonishing feat
feat.
after another. A
A chess
chat
playing
play
AI.
in AI that can defeat not only all
All
human
human chess
chess
players.
players, but also all private human program chat
Chess
machines.
machines.
After learning the game in chat for hours,
After
that's
learning the game in just 4 hours. That's yesterday's news. What's next?
yesterday's news. What's next?
Next. Mở rộng miệng, mở rộng miệng.
Next.
Bành miệng ra. Next.
What's next?
Next.
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 Next. What's next? To this
This là sao anh?
this
Through these prodigious accomplishments.
through these prodigious accomplishment. These prodigious accomplishment are in so-called narrow AI, where machines perform highly specialized tasks.
Yes.
But many experts believe
Experts.
this. But many experts believe this restriction is very temporary. By mid-century, we may have
by mid-century.
we may have artificial general intelligence AGE machines that can achieve human level performance. Achieve human level performance on the full range of tasks that we ourselves can tackle. This had been the decade of AI, with one astonishing feat after another. A chat play in AI that can defeat not only all human chess players, but also all previous human program chat machines. After learning human program
chess machines.
human program machines. But also our previous human program chat machine. After learning the game in chat for hours, that's yesterday's news. What's next? To this prodigious accomplishments. These prodigious accomplishments are in so-called narrow AI, where machines perform highly specialized tasks. But many experts believe the restriction is very temporary. By mid-century, we may have artificial may have artificial general intelligence, AGI machines that can achieve human level performance on the full range of tasks that we ourselves can tackle. This had been the decade of AI.
This
This
has been the decade.
the decade of AI.
This
This
has been the
had
decade
been
of
the
AI.
decade of AI, with one astonishing feat after another. A chess playing AI that can defeat not only our human chess players, but also our previous human program chess machines. After learning the game in just 4 hours, that's yesterday's news. What's next? 2. These prodigious accomplishments are all in so-called narrow AI, where machines perform highly specialized tasks. But many experts believe these restrictions are very temporary. By mid-century, we may have artificial general intelligence, AGI, machines that can achieve human-level performance on the full range of tasks that
On a full range of tasks.
on the full range of tasks
that we ourselves
that we ourselves
ourselves can
that
tackle.
we ourselves can tackle.
Okay, let's try another one. If so, there is little reason to think it will stop there.
If
Machines
so,
will be free of many of the physical
little
constraints.
reason to think it will stop there. Machines will be free of many of physical constraints on human intelligence. Our brains run at slow biochemical processing.
Processing, cái từ đó là process nha. Nó chưa bao giờ đọc process đó.
Biochemical processing.
Cái từ này chưa bao giờ đọc là process, nó là processing.
At slow
biochemical processing speed
processing space
on the power of
on
a
the
light
power
bulb.
of a light bulb.
Bulb. U L là Âu nè, âm Âu nè.
Bulb.
A light bulb. A light bulb.
A light bulb.
A light bulb.
A light bulb. A light bulb. And their size is restricted by the dimensions of the human birth canal. It is remarkable what they accomplish given these handicaps, but they may be as far from the physical limits of thought as our eyes are from incredibly powerful web
space telescope.
Powerful web space telescopes. So, if so, there's little reason to think it will stop there. Machine will be free of many of physical constraints on human intelligence. Our brains run at slow biochemical processing speeds on the power
Power of a
of
light
a
bulb.
light bulb.
Light bulb.
Light bulb. Light bulb.
Light bulb.
Light bulb. Of a light bulb, and their size is restricted by the dimensions of the human birth canal. It is remarkable what they accomplish given these handicaps, but they may be as far from the physical limits of talk as our eyes are from the incredibly powerful Webb space telescopes.
Nó sao á? If so, let's try again. If so, there's little reason to think it will stop there. Nếu mà như vậy, có rất ít
If
lý
so,
do để nghĩ rằng nó sẽ dừng ở đó. If so, there's little reason to think it will stop there.
if so, there's little reason to think it will stop there. Machines will be free of many the physical constraints on human intelligence. Our brain
Intelligence. Human intelligence.
intelligence on human intelligence. Our
Intelligence.
brains
Human
run at
intelligence. Intelligence.
intelligence. Intelligence. Our brains
Our
run
brains. Our brains.
our brains
Run at slow biochemical processing. Speeds.
our brains run at slow biochemical processing speeds on the power of a light bulb, and their size is restricted by the dimensions of the human birth canal.
Canal.
It
Cái gì?
is
Human birth canal. Cái này là cái dáng âm 2 nha. Canal. Kênh đào.
canal.
Canal. It's canal. Nè.
Canal. Canal.
Canal. Canal. Canal. Birth canal. Nó là cái kênh để mà sinh
Cái
con
kênh
ra. Nó là cái gọi là tầng sinh môn phải. Cái chỗ để mà mẹ đẻ con ra á. Human birth canal là cái hình dạng của cái chỗ để mà đẻ con ra của người mẹ. Cái kênh mà để đẻ con ra cái chỗ đó. Their size is restricted by the dimensions of the human birth canal.
and their
Let's try that one
size
again.
is restricted by
The dimensions.
Their size is restricted by the dimensions of the human birth canal. It is remarkable what they accomplish given these handicaps, but they may be as far from the physical,
They may be.
but they may be as far from
Down the physical limits of thoughts. Of thought. Thở thẻ lưỡi á, chứ thở thẻ lưỡi. Of thought. Thought. No. Thẻ lưỡi ra xong rút vô. Thought.
Of thought.
Of thought. As our eyes are from.
Limits of thought. As our
As
eyes
our eyes are from the incredibly.
as our eyes are from the
incredibly powerful.
The incredibly powerful Webb space telescope. If so, there's a little reason to think it will stop there. Machine will be free of many of the physical constraints on human intelligence.
Yes.
Our brains run at slow biochemical process in space on the power of a light bulb.
On the power of the light bulb. Bulb.
Bulb. On the power of a light bulb. A light bulb. And their size is restricted by the dimensions of the human birth canal.
Birth canal.
Birth canal of the human birth canal.
Canal.
It is remarkable what they accomplish given these handicaps, but they may be at far from the physical limits of thought.
Thought. Chứ thở thẻ lưỡi luôn.
As
Of
far
thought.
from
Of
the
thought.
physical limits of thought. At our eyes are from the incredibly powerful Webb Space Telescope. As our eyes are from as our eyes are from the incredibly powerful Webb Space Telescope. The incredibly powerful Webb Space Telescope.
Yes.
Okay, one more time. If so, there's little reason to think it will stop there. Machine will be free of many of the physical constraints on human intelligence. Our brains run a slow biochemical process in space on the power of a light bulb, and their size is restricted by the dimensions of the human birth canal. It is remarkable what they accomplish given these handicaps, but they may be as far from the physical limits of thought. At our eyes are from the incredibly powerful Webb Space Telescope.
Telescope. Những âm đầu. Telescope. Incredibly powerful Webb Space Telescope.
The incredibly powerful Webb Space Telescope.
Okay, now let's try another one. Once machines are better than us at designing even smarter machines, progress towards these limits could accelerate. Gia tăng tốc độ, tăng tốc. Accelerate. What would this mean for us? What would this mean for us? Could we ensure a safe and worthwhile, worthwhile coexistence. Cái từ này chắc chắn là sai nè. Cái từ này kiểu gì cũng sẽ sai. Exist nè. Cái từ này là hay bị sai nhiều nhất luôn á. Exist eager. Xong rồi exist. Cái chữ E tiếng Anh nó đọc là gì nhỉ? A, B, C, D, E. Nó là E nha. Cho nên là trong tâm trí mình phải luôn để ý là chữ E tiếng Anh không đọc là E đâu. Nó gọi là chữ E mới đúng. Exist. No, exist.
Exist.
Existing.
Cho nên là coexistence. Existence. Coexistence. Thiếu ST. Coexistence.
Coexistence.
Coexistence. Coexistence.
Coexistence.
Existence.
Coexistence.
Coexistence.
Existence.
Coexistence.
Coexistence.
Existence.
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 Exist. Exist.
Exist.
Exist.
Exist.
Existence.
Existence.
And worthwhile
Existence.
coexistence.
Existence.
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 With such machines.
Existence. With such machines. With such machines. Okay, once machines are better than us, once machines are better than us at designing even smarter machines progress towards these limits could accelerate
Accelerate. Nhưng âm hai.
Could
Accelerate.
could accelerate. What would this mean
For us.
for us? Could we ensure a safe and worthwhile coexistence with such machines? On the plus side, AI is already useful and profitable.
Profitable. Tại vì cái danh từ nó là profit nhưng âm đầu. Profit cho nên là profitable. Profitable.
And
Profitable. No, profitable âm đầu. It's profitable.
And
Profitable. You see? Nó không có những âm hai đâu.
Yeah, profitable. Yeah.
Table. Profitable. Okay. Super profitable. Cái này cũng là expected nè. Cái từ là expected chứ không phải expected đâu.
Is expected.
Super AI might be expected to be super useful and super profitable.
And super AI might be expected. No. Might be expected. Expected to be super useful and super profitable, but the more powerful AI becomes, the more important it will be to specify.
It will be to specify.
It will be to
specify its goal with best care.
With
Great care. Folklore là những cái chuyện truyền miệng. những cái thứ mà truyền miệng lại, folklore, những câu chuyện truyền miệng.
Folklore is
Folklore
full of
is full of tales.
full of tale.
Tales are people who ask for the
Folklore
wrong thing.
is full of tales of people who ask for
the
the
wrong
wrong
thing.
thing. With this astral consequences with this astral consequences, King Midas, for example, might have wishes that
Sorry. Might have wished that everything he touched turned to gold.
might have
Wished
that
might have
everything
wished that everything he touched
he touched
turned to gold.
turned to
Gold. The
Gold.
G-O-L-D. Gold.
gold. He
But didn't really
turned
intend this to apply to his breakfast.
to gold, but didn't delight intend this to apply to his breakfast. Once machines are better than us at designing even smarter machines, progress towards these limits could accelerate
Có gì ta?
could accelerate
Could accelerate những âm hai. Accelerate.
these limits could accelerate.
What would this mean for us?
Accelerate. What would this
Accelerate.
could accelerate? Could accelerate. What would this mean for us? Could we ensure a safe and worthwhile coexistence?
Existence. IG là ig nè. Exist là Z-I-S-T nè. Existence.
Worldwide coexistence with such machines. On the plus side, AI is already useful and profitable for many things, and support AI might be expected.
What? Might be expected to be super useful.
Might be expected to be super useful and super profitable. And super profitable. But the more powerful AI becomes, the more important it will be to specify.
It will be to specify its goal.
It will be to
specify its goals with great care.
With great care. It will be to specify its goals with great care. Folklore
is full of tales, people.
Folklore is full of tales of people
who ask for the wrong thing.
With disastrous
consequences.
With
disastrous
consequences.
I'm Z. Disastrous consequences.
disastrous consequences. Disastrous consequences. King Midas, for example, might have wishes that everything he touched turned to gold, but didn't really intend it to apply to his breakfast.
His breakfast. This to apply to his breakfast.
His
Breakfast.
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 Breakfast. One's machines are better than us at designing even smarter machines. Progress towards these limits could accelerate. What would this mean for us? Could we ensure a safe ensure
Could we ensure? Nó cái
a
RE
safe
cuối nè, nhẹ.
could
Ensure.
we ensure
Ensure cái assure đó.
could we
Ensure là đảm bảo
ensure
bằng miệng, còn ensure là đảm bảo bằng hành động. Còn assure chỉ là đảm bảo chơi bằng miệng thôi. Giống kiểu mà đảm bảo người ta bằng miệng thôi nhưng mà không có làm hành động gì hết. Còn ensure là chắc chắn là dùng hành động đó.
Ensure. Could we ensure a safe and worthwhile coexistence with such machines? On the plus side, AI is already useful and profitable.
Useful and profitable.
Useful and profitable. Useful and profitable for many things, and super AI might be ejected.
Might be expected to be super useful.
Super AI might be expected to be super useful and super profitable, but the more powerful AI becomes, the more important it will be to specify its goals with great care. Folklore is full of tales of people who ask
for the wrong thing.
With
disastrous consequences.
With disastrous consequences. King Midas, for example, might have wished that everything he touched turned to gold, but didn't really intend it to apply to his breakfast.
Okay, let's try again. It's still something.
Yeah. Okay, once machines are better than us at designing even smarter machines, progress towards these limits could accelerate. What would this mean for us? Could we ensure a safe and worthwhile coexistence with such machines? On the plus side, AI is already useful and profitable for many things, and super AI might be expected to be super useful and super profitable, but the more powerful AI becomes, the more important it will be to specify its goals with great care. Folklore is full of tales of people who ask for the wrong thing, the disastrous consequences. King Midas, for example, might have wished that everything he touched turned to gold, but didn't really intend this to apply to his breakfast. Again, from middle. But the more powerful AI becomes, the more important it will be to specify its goals with great care. Folklore is full of tales of people who ask for the wrong thing with disastrous consequences. King Midas, for example, might have wished that everything he touched turned into gold.
Everything he touched.
He touched
Turned
He
to
touched
gold.
that everything he
He
touched
touched turned to
into
gold.
Everything he touched turned into gold, but didn't really intend it to apply to his breakfast. Okay. One more thing. I
Of
think
course, one more time.
One machines are better than at designing even smarter machine progress toward the limits could accelerate. Could accelerate. What would it mean for us? Could we ensure a safe
Ensure. Could we ensure?
Could we ensure a safe and worthwhile coexistence with such machines? On the plus side, AI is already useful and profitable for many things, and a super AI might be expected to be
Expected.
Super AI might be expected. Super AI might be expected to be super useful and super profitable. But the more powerful AI becomes, the more important it will be to specify its role with great care. Folklore is full of tales of people who ask for the wrong thing with disastrous consequences.
Disastrous consequences.
Disastrous consequences.
King Midas,
King
for example.
Midas, for example.
Midas. I think Midas.
King Midas, for example, might have wished that everything he touched
Everything he touched turned to gold.
That everything he touched
turned to gold. Gold.
Didn't really gold. Everything he touched turned to gold.
But didn't really intend this.
Really intend it to apply to his breakfast. to his breakfast. So we need to create powerful
we
AI
need to
machine.
We need to
Create.
create. No.
Create. So we need to create powerful AI machines that are human friendly, that have goals reliably
Reliably aligned
aligned with
with
our
our
own
own
values.
our own
Oh,
values.
that have goals reliably
Aligned with our own values.
that have goals reliably
Reliably
that have goals reliably aligned with our
our
own
own values.
with our own values.
Our own values.
With our own values. With our own values. One thing that makes
That makes this task difficult.
That make the task difficult is that one thing
Is that
one thing that makes the task difficult is that we are far from reliably human
we are
friendly.
far from the we are far
We
from
are far from
reliably human friendly
reliably
ourselves.
reliably human friendly ourselves.
Ourselves.
Reliably human friendly ourselves. We do many terrible things. We do many terrible things to each other.
To each other. To each other.
To each
To each other.
To each other.
Nó nói âm được
And
luôn mà. Each other. Each other. Each other.
Each other. Each other. To each other. To each other. To each other. And to many other. Cái này nào đọc sao ta? Other creature.
Each other.
No. Too many other creature.
Creature. Cái từ này không phải là creator đâu anh, nó là creature. Okay. Please look at this one. It's creature.
Creature.
Yeah.
Creature. Sinh vật. Creature.
Sinh
Sinh vật đó, đúng là những sinh vật đấy. Với nhiều sinh vật khác. With too many other creatures.
Too many other creatures. We do many terrible things to each other and to many other creatures with whom we share the planet.
We share
the planet.
If super intelligent machines.
If super intelligent machines don't do a lot better than us, we'll be in deep trouble.
We'll be in deep trouble.
We'll be in deep trouble.
Trouble.
We'll be in deep trouble. We'll have powerful news intelligence, amplifying the dark sides of our own fallible nature. Fallible natures.
Our own fallible natures. Những bản chất mà fallible như là dễ sai lầm của chúng ta thì phải fallible. Fallible. Âm e nha, fallible. Our fallible nature, dễ dàng phạm lỗi.
Nature.
Nó liên quan từ false, true or
Yeah.
false, you know.
Yeah.
True or false. Fallible.
Fallible attitude.
Những bản chất dễ sai sót của chúng ta. Our own fallible natures.
Our own fallible.
Our own.
Our own fallible nature. Fallible nature. So we need to create powerful AI machines that are human friendly, that have goals
Reliably aligned.
That have goals reliably
aligned.
That have goals
reliably aligned
with
our own values.
With our own values. One thing that makes
this task difficult is that we are far from reliably human-friendly ourselves.
We are far from reliably human-friendly ourselves. We do many terrible things to each other and to many other creatures. To many other creatures.
Creatures. To many
other creatures with whom we share the planet. If super intelligent machines don't do a lot better than us, we'll be in deep trouble. We'll have powerful news intelligence amplifying the dark sides of our own
fallible natures.
Our fallible natures.
Good.
Fallible natures. So we need to create powerful AI machines that are human-friendly, that have goals reliably aligned with our own values.
What? With our own values?
With our own
values.
With our own values. One thing that makes this task difficult is that we are far from reliably human-friendly ourselves. We do many terrible things to each other and to many other creatures with whom we share the planet. If super intelligent machines don't do a lot better than us, we'll be in deep trouble. We'll have powerful new intelligence amplifying to the dark sides of our own fallible of our own fallible natures.
Okay, let's try again. I still feel like okay, bây giờ mình nghĩ giải lao xíu đi. Let's take a break and then we
Yeah.
go to this one. Okay, let's come back to it, Mr. Hưng. Okay, for safety's sake,
Sick.
we want the machines to be ethically, những âm đầu, ethically,
Ethically.
mấy cái câu lì đọc là cly hết, as well as cognitively superhuman. Cognitive
cái
is the
này là
adjective form of recognize, tính từ của chữ recognize á. Cognitive và recognize á, nhận ra đó. Thì cái cognitively này là mang tính liên quan nhận thức, liên quan về mặt nhận thức, as well as cognitively superhuman.
Cognitively.
Okay, we want them to aim for the moral high ground, not for the troughs. Troughs, chữ tr tiếng Anh mạnh, chữ tr tiếng Việt. Troughs. Troughs là cái chỗ mà nó trũng xuống. Trough, o kéo dài. O kéo dài. Troughs. Not for the troughs in which many of us spend some of our time. Okay.
For
Let's try this
safety's
one.
sake.
For safety's sake.
For safety sake.
Sake. S-A-K-E. Sake.
For sake.
Vì mục đích an toàn là chính. For safety's sake.
For safety sake. For safety sake. Then they want the machine.
Machine.
They want the machines.
Machine.
They want the machines to be ethical, to be ethically, as well as cognitively superhuman. Ethically, chứ không phải là ethically.
No, mấy cái code này đọc là cly hết anh. Ví dụ như là về mặt hóa học, chemically chẳng hạn, coli đọc là cly hết.
Chứ không có code, cái chỗ này là không
có
code.
coli chứ bây giờ là coli hết á. Let's check this word out.
Ethically.
Okay, về mặt đạo đức nè. Ethically. Nó giống như cái chữ âm này, nó từ từ nó đang biến mất gần rồi nè.
Nó câm
Cho nên,
luôn á.
đúng rồi, cho nên ta đọc ethically luôn.
Ethically.
Hoặc là cái chữ mà cơ bản là basically nè, chứ không phải là basically nữa. Basically luôn. Nó mất luôn cái âm này luôn rồi. Basically.
Chemically.
No, nó là chemically. Nó là chemically.
Yeah, I see.
Đó, cho nên bây giờ là nhiều cái chemically, okay. Ethically.
Okay. Ethically. Tức là cái từ K nó đọc vào cái âm trước và từ lì nó đọc vào âm sau, cho nên chữ đó nó câm đi.
Nó mất đi dần luôn nha.
Mất dần chứ không đọc phải là ethically. Mất dần.
Yes.
Ethically. Okay. For safety sake.
For safety's sake.
For safety sake, then we want the machine.
We want the machines to be ethically as well as cognitively superhuman.
Cognitively
superhuman.
Cognitively superhuman. We want the machines to be ethically as well as cognitively
Superhuman.
superhuman. Cognitively superhuman.
Yes.
For safety sake, then we want the machines to be ethically as well as
As well as.
We want the machines to be ethically as well as cognitively superhuman.
We want them to
We
aim.
want them to aim for the moral high ground. For the moral high ground, not for the not for the tops in the which many of us spend some of our time. Luckily, they'll be smart enough for
Sorry. Luckily, they'll be smart enough. They'll be smart enough.
Luckily, be
They will be, nó là they will be thì là
they'll be. Luckily, they'll be smart enough for the job. If their route to the moral high ground, they be better than us at finding them and steering us in the right direction. In the right direction. In the right directions. For safety's sake.
For safety sake.
For safety sake. For safety sake, then we want the machines. They want the machines. They want the machines. They want the machines. They want the machines. Cái chỗ này want
they want the machines. They want the machines.
They want the machines
to be ethically as well as ethically.
To be ethically as well as cognitively superhuman. For safety sake, then we want the machines to be ethically as well as cognitively superhuman. We want them to aim for the moral high ground, not for the truth.
Not for the troughs. O kéo dài. Troughs. Anh nhớ chữ GH là âm F không? Troughs.
Yeah.
Troughs. Not for the troughs.
Not for the troughs. Not for the troughs. Not for the troughs. Not for the troughs.
In which?
Not for the troughs. In which many of us
spend some of our time.
Some of our time. Not for a jobs in which many of us spend some of our time.
some of
Luckily.
our time. Luckily, they will be smart
Luckily,
enough.
they
They will be smart enough.
they will luckily they will be smart enough for the job. Luckily, they'll be smart enough
for the
for
job.
the job.
If they are roots
They
to the moral
are
high
roots
ground,
to the moral high ground, they'll be better than us
at fighting them and steering us
fighting
in the
them
right direction.
and steering us in the right directions. For safety's sake, then we want the machines to be ethically as well as cognitively superhuman.
Cognitively as well as cognitively superhuman.
Cognitively.
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 Chữ K, O, G. Cognitive.
Cognitively, as well as
Cognitively superhuman.
Cognitively, as well as cognitively superhuman. We want them to
Aim for the moral high ground.
Not
for the
for
troughs.
Troughs. Not for the
troughs.
Not for the troughs.
In which?
Not for the troughs in which many of us spend some of our time. Luckily, they will
be smart enough for the job.
Luckily, they will be smart enough
for the
the job. If there are root.
What? If they are roots, they are roots to the moral high ground.
If they are root to the moral high ground,
they'll be better than us at finding them.
they'll be better than us at finding them and steering us
in the right direction. However, there are two big problems.
Then we want the machines to be ethically. They want the machines to be ethically as well as cognitively superhuman. We want them to aim for the moral high ground, not for the top, not for the troughs
in which many of us
not for the troughs in which many of us spend some of our time. Luckily, they'll
be smart enough for the job.
They'll be smart enough for the job. If their root to be if they are
roots to the moral high ground.
If they are roots to the moral high ground, they'll be better than us at finding them
and steering us in the right direction.
In the right direction.
Okay, let's come to the next one. However, there are two big problems with this utopian. Nhớ hai, utopia. You know the word utopia? Vùng đất hứa.
Oh,
utopia is a land where everything is perfect. A perfect society in which people work well with each other and are happy. Một xã hội hoàn hảo mà con người ta làm việc rất tuyệt vời với nhau và đều hạnh phúc như nhau, đó là vùng đất hứa. Nó gọi là cái vùng đất hoàn hảo. Thì điểm ngược lại là dystopia, vùng đất mà mọi thứ đều tệ. Utopia. So this one will be where is that utopian vision, một tầm nhìn về một cái vùng đất, một cái đất nước, một cái xã hội hoàn hảo. There are two big problems with this utopian vision. Vision nha, DZ.
Vision.
Vision
However, there are two big problems
with
with
this
this utopian
utopian vision.
vision. However, there are two big vision.
DZ.
Vision. However, there are two big troubles with the utopian vision. One is how we get the machines started on the journey.
Journey. DZ luôn á. Journey.
The journey. Started on the journey. The other is what it would mean to reach the destination.
What? To reach. Y kéo dài. To reach this destination.
The other is what it would mean to reach the destinations. The getting started problem is that we need to tell the machines what they are looking for with significant.
What? With sufficient. Nhưng âm hai. Sufficient. Let's check this word out. It's sufficient. I'm sure. Sufficient. Okay, let's try.
Sufficient.
Sufficient.
Sufficient. Âm đầu là âm schwa, âm yếu hơn mà. Sufficient. They are looking for with sufficient clarity.
They are looking for with sufficient clarity. Sufficient clarity that we can be confident they will find whatever it actually turns out
to be. What?
Turns out to be.
Whatever it actually turns out to be.
Whatever it actually turns out to be. Whatever it actually turns out to be. It won't be easy, given that we are tribal creatures.
What? We are
tribal. We are tribal
creatures, những cái sinh vật mà từng sống thành bầy đàn trong những bộ lạc á, tribes, bộ lạc. Given that we are tribal creatures. Tribal creatures, những sinh vật sống thành bộ lạc. Tribal creatures.
We are tribal creatures.
And conflicted about the ideals ourselves.
About the
ideals ourselves.
About the ideal ourselves.
Lý tưởng chúng ta cũng bị xung đột mà. Conflicted about the ideals
ourselves. We are often ignore the suffering of
Giờ là sao anh?
the We often ignore the surfing
Ignore,
of
ignore,
ignore.
ignore
They
the
often
suffering of strangers.
ignore the surfing, the surfing, the
The
suffering
suffering
of
như khổ đau.
strangers.
Chúng ta thường bỏ qua khổ đau của những người lạ mặt.
Of
We often ignore the
strangers.
suffering of strangers.
Of strangers, and even
Contribute, âm đầu, contribute to it.
and even contribute to it.
Let me just check this word quickly.
Contribute.
Nó có hai cách đọc, tức là contribute hoặc là contribute.
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 Nhưng mà trên này cũng contribute cũng được nè. Contribute. Hai
Contribute.
cách đọc đều được. Even contribute to it or contribute to it.
Contribute or contribute. Even contribute to it. Even
At least
contribute to it.
indirectly.
At least indirectly.
Indirectly.
Indirectly. At least indirectly. How then
do we
we
point machines in the direction of something better?
In the direction of something better.
Something better.
Something better.
Okay.
How then we do we point
machine chỉ cho những cỗ máy vào cái hướng của cái gì tốt hơn. How then do we point machines?
Do we
point machines?
Do we point machines in the direction of something better? However, there are two big problems with this
utopian vision.
Utopian visions.
Utopian vision.
Vision. However, there are two big problems with this utopian vision. This utopian vision, one of how we get the machine
starting on the
journey. The journeys.
The other is what it could mean.
The other is what it would mean to reach this destination. The getting started problem is that we need to tell the machines what they're looking for with sufficient
with sufficient clarity.
With
sufficient clarity that we can be confident
they will find whatever it actually turns out to be. This won't
be easy,
given that we are tribal
creatures. We are tribal creatures.
And conflicted about conflicted.
Let's just try this word out. It's conflict, yeah.
Conflict.
And conflicted about the ideals.
And conflicted about the ideals ourselves.
The ideals ourselves.
And conflicted about the ideal ourselves. We often ignore
ignore the suffering
we often ignore the suffering of the strangers and even contribute
strangers
strangers ignores the suffering of strangers
and even
and
contribute
even
to it,
contribute to it
at least indirectly.
at least indirectly. At
How
least
then do we point
indirectly.
machines
How then do we point machines
in the direction of something better?
something better?
Okay. Okay, let's try the next one. As for the destination problem, we might,
As for
by putting
the
ourselves in the hands of these moral guides and gatekeepers.
keepers,
Gatekeeper, người giữ cổng, tức là một cái kiểu mà một cái khái niệm để nó chỉ những cái người mà rất là giỏi trong cái ngành của họ và họ cứ luôn chỉnh người khác á. Người giữ cổng á, kiểu vậy.
Người gác cổng.
Nhưng mà nó là một cái, nó không phải thật sự là gác cổng, nhưng mà cái người đó là cái người rất là có tay nghề, rất là có kỹ thuật, hoặc là rất là giỏi trong ngành đó, nhưng mà họ chuyên môn chỉnh người khác. Gatekeepers. Ví dụ là anh phải thế này, chị phải thế kia, nó như vậy. Gatekeepers. By sacrificing our own autonomy, sacrificing ngâm đầu, sacrificing our own autonomy, autonomy, sự tự chủ, bằng chuyện hy sinh sự tự chủ của chính bản thân chúng ta. By sacrificing our own autonomy. Okay, where's that? Okay, you can do this one. As for the destination problem.
As for the destinations problem, we might, by putting ourselves in the hands of these moral guides and gatekeepers, be sacrificing
our own autonomy.
Sacrificing our autonomy. An important part of what
makes us human.
Makes us human.
What makes us human?
What makes us human, and of what makes us human. Machines who are better than us at sticking to the moral high ground maybe expected to discourage some of the lapses
Discourage some of the lapses we presently take for granted.
Discourage.
Cái chữ cơ cho tiếng Pháp là cái trái tim anh. Discourage làm cho con tim người ta không còn muốn làm nữa.
Discourage.
Bàn lui, phản bác. Discourage
some of
the lapses.
Discourage some of the lapses we presently.
Cái vấn đề ở đây, động từ là present, nhưng mà cái này nó là trạng từ của nó bắt nguồn từ tính từ là present. Hiện tại á. Presently. We presently take for granted.
We presently take for granted. We presently take for granted. Take for granted. We might lose our freedom to discriminate in favor of our own communities, for example.
Okay, let's try again. For the destination problem,
for the destination. As for the destination problem, we might, by putting ourselves in the hands of these moral guides and gatekeepers, be sacrificing our own autonomy,
autonomy,
our own
autonomy,
autonomy by sacrificing our
Yeah,
own
autonomy, cái âm o đầu tiên, o kéo dài, autonomy,
Autonomy. Autonomy.
autonomy,
autonomy, autonomy,
Autonomy.
autonomy, autonomy,
autonomy,
sự
autonomy,
tự chủ.
autonomy,
By sacrificing our own autonomy, autonomy,
by
autonomy.
sacrificing our own autonomy, an important part of what makes us human machines who are better than us at sticking to the moral high ground may be expected to discourage some of
Discourage, chứ cơ,
to discourage some of the lapses we presently take for granted.
take for
We
granted,
might
take for
we
granted.
might lose our freedom to discriminate in favor of our community. For example, in favor of our own communities, for example. And for the destination problem, we might, by putting ourselves in the hands of these moral guides
and gatekeepers.
Guide and
Moral
gatekeepers.
guides and gatekeepers.
By putting ourselves in the hands of these moral guides and gatekeepers, and sacrificing our own autonomy, by sacrificing our own autonomy, an important part of what makes us human machines who are better than us at sticking to the moral high ground may be expected
to discourage
some of the lapses
we presently take for granted. We presently take for granted.
We presently take for granted.
Take for granted.
For granted. We might lose our
freedom to discriminate.
In favor
of our own communities.
In favor of our own communities. For example, loss of freedom
to behave badly
isn't
always a bad thing.
Always a bad thing. Of course, denying ourselves the freedom to put children to work in factories or to smoke in restaurants are signs of progress. But progress. But are we ready for ethic silicon policy limiting our options?
Only limiting our options.
But
Limiting our
are we ready for ethic silicon policy limiting our
Limiting.
options?
Limiting.
Limiting policy limiting our options. They might be so good at doing it that we won't notice them, but few of
We
us
won't
are
notice them.
ready.
We won't notice them.
We
Notice.
won't notice.
Notice them.
We won't notice
Notice
them.
them.
We won't notice them.
Notice them.
The, we won't not notice. We won't notice them. But few of us are but few of us are likely to welcome such a future. Loss of freedom to behave badly is an old way of betting. Of course, denying ourselves the freedom to put children to work in factories or to smoke in restaurants are signs of progress. But are we ready for ethic
Are we ready for
silicon but are we ready for ethic silicon policy limiting our options?
ethical silicon police limiting our options? Police, những âm hai. Ethical silicon police limiting our options.
Như vậy trong trường hợp này là đọc là ethical.
Ethical.
Ethically.
Còn kia là có dạng từ ethically mà. Đây là ethical silicon police limiting our options.
But are we ready for ethical silicon police
limiting our
options? They might be so good at doing
it that we won't notice them.
That we won't notice them. But few of us are likely to welcome such
a future. All right, let's try again. Loss of freedom to behave badly.
Freedom to behave badly is an old way of betting. Of course, denying ourselves
denying ourselves
the freedom to put children to work in the factories or to smoke in the restaurant are signs of progress. But are we ready for ethical silicon police limiting our options? They might be so good at doing it that we won't notice them, but few of us are likely to welcome such a future. Lot of freedom to behave badly is an old way of betting. Of course, denying ourselves the freedom to put children to work in factories or to smoke in restaurants are signs of progress. But are we ready for ethical silicon policy limiting our options?
They might be so good at doing it. That we won't notice them.
We won't notice them.
That we won't notice them.
That we won't notice them.
But few of us are likely to welcome such a future.
But few of us are likely to welcome such
Such a
a
future.
future.
Such a future.
Welcome such a future.
Okay. Now, these issues might seem far-fetched. Đi quá xa.
Far-fetched.
Far-fetched có vẻ giống như là fetch, giống như là kiểu mà lấy đi quá xa. Far reach, you know. Giống như là đi quá xa, tiến quá xa rồi đấy. Những vấn đề này có vẻ đi hơi bị xa quá rồi đấy. These issues might seem far-fetched.
Far-fetched.
Far-fetched. Cho tờ. Fetched. Far-fetched.
Far-fetched.
But they are to some extent already here. I think I remember far-fetched. Fetch, một cái từ mà mainly UK mới xài.
Fetch.
Far-fetched. Fetch.
Fetch.
Fetched.
Fetch.
Fetch. Cái âm này là âm SH hả?
Fetch. Fetch.
Âm sờ nha. SH nha.
Fetch.
Far-fetched. Far-fetched. Far-fetched.
Far-fetched.
But they are to some extent already here. Oh, National Health Service, NHS. Everyone complain about NHS.
Very good.
What do you mean? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. These issues might seem far-fetched.
But they are to some extent already here.
These issues might seem far-fetched,
Far-fetched.
but they are to some extent already here.
Already here.
Already here. AI already has some input into how
resources are used. Into how resources are used.
Used. AI already has some input into how resources are used in our National Health Service.
National Health
Service and as here in the UK. For example,
here in the UK, the UK, sorry, U là âm giờ. In the UK.
In the UK, for example, if it was given a greater role, it might do so much more efficiently than humans can manage.
Then humans can manage.
Can manage
and act in the interests of taxpayers.
Act in the interest
act in the interest.
And act in the interests of taxpayers and those who use the health system.
Those who use the health system.
And those who use the health system. System.
System.
System.
System. The health system.
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 System. Health. If it was given a greater role, it might do so much more
So much
efficiently,
more. So much more.
so much more efficiently than humans can manage and act in the interest.
In the interest. In the interest.
Yeah, at the interest that is the act in the interest of taxpayer and taxpayers and those who use the health system, who use the health system, who use the health
System.
the health system. However, we will be depriving.
What will be depriving some humans? In
Yeah.
other words, senior doctors.
Will be depriving some humans. Each
E.g. or in other words,
e.g.
e.g. senior doctors. Let's check this word out. E.g. is exempli gratia. Ví dụ là nó là for example đó. It's actually for example. For example, senior doctors. Senior doctors.
E.g. for example, senior doctors.
Senior doctors. Senior doctors. Senior doctors.
For example, senior doctors.
Senior doctors. Senior doctors.
Senior doctors of the control they presently enjoy. They presently enjoy, since they want to ensure that people are treated equally. And that
Treated. Y kéo dài. Treated. People are treated equally.
And
the
that
policies are fair. Policies.
and
Chính sách.
policies.
Policies. Nó hơi có liên quan chữ cảnh sát.
Are fair.
Nhưng mà cảnh sát là police, còn này là policy những âm đầu.
Policy.
And policies are fair.
Policies are fair. The goals of
AI would need to be
specified
correctly.
Specify correctly.
Okay.
Specify
Let's try this one again. These issues might seem far-fetched.
These issues might seem far-fetched, but they are to some extent already here. AI already has some input into how resources are used in our national health service and NHS. Here in the UK, for example, if it were given a greater role, it might do so much more efficiently than humans can manage and act in the interest and act in the interest and act in the
interest and acts in the interests of taxpayers
and act in the interest your interest of taxpayers
And those who use the health
use the
system.
health system.
System nó rồi anh.
System.
Este, the health system. The health system. System. Anh luyện tên là thân thật nhiều mới được. System. The health system.
The health system.
However, we would be depriving.
However, they be depriving some humans.
For example, senior doctors,
senior doctors of the control they presently enjoy. Since they would want to ensure that people are treated equally and that policies are fair. The goals of AI would need to be specified correctly. Yeah. Policies. Presently. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's it. Okay, yeah. I'll probably see you on Friday then.
Yeah. We can come back.